Well, I tell you. Okay, the other one. The natives are restless. They didn't talk to you. Didn't talk to them before you decided to save what 10%? What it went from 4% to 10%? Explain to me what.
I disagree with that statement completely, Charles.
I hear that.
Nations were engaged immediately, almost from day one, back when we started this in 2019. Whether it be my staff or the environmental groups, we've had many, many talks about how to make this conservation effort not only protect land, but ensure that it allows the rights holders and First Nations to continue with their medicinal, their spiritual, and their traditional practices.
This has to.
Quite frankly, conversations with First Nations allowed us to make this map of conservation ensure that that we do just that. That they have every square inch of these conserved and protected areas. We're very proud of the fact that there is no restriction or no limit, and like sometimes protected natural areas won't let you pick a flower or whatever, right? Not with this. These conservation areas will have the First Nations will fully be able to take every square inch of them and participate in their traditional practices.
Does this have to do with the lawsuit?
I have no idea. That's beyond me, my pay grade, and the whole 9 yards. And Charles, quite frankly, like I said, I have great faith in the process and the consultation that we went through with First Nations. This is a historic move that protects more of New Brunswick than has ever been done before, and doing it at the same time that protects the rights of our First Nations. So there's a lot of other stuff out there you have to talk to somebody else about.
The government video you show online.
The what?
The government video you show online, you show the forest, like they showed on CBC. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
And it says government video. Where is that taken? Would you know?
Various different places through New Brunswick. I did see a couple of spots actually in Albert County, but that's various different landscapes of the province of New Brunswick.
Because I saw one that reminds me of Salmon River by St. Martin.
Could be, yeah, could be.
Could be. So you're happy?
I'm never happy.
But is there going to be more? Are we going to see more clear cutting on the side of the street as the private woodlot owners? Or?
Let me give you some numbers, because that's the way my brain works. When I'm done, 700,000 hectares of New Brunswick will be protected. About 2 million hectares of New Brunswick will be general use. Not there will be like selective cutting and various different things done on it, but no herbicide treatment. There'll be 300,000 hectares that are intensely managed in the form of a plantation, and 15,000 hectares that receive a herbicide treatment every year.
So how come we don't...
Break those numbers down, man, because that's historic.
I will do that. And because ADHD never been good with Matt. It says it's such good news, and we care so much for the forest and the natives, and welcome to do the ceremony and all that. Why don't we just ban spraying?
Because we don't have to.
Quebec did.
Well, Quebec did, but Quebec also has a forest footprint that's several thousand times bigger than the province of New Brunswick. All they did was just continue clear cutting and go further north. You want me to expand the clear cuts in New Brunswick drastically?
Is that what they did?
Yes.
That's the first time I ever heard that.
Well, yes, that's what they did. They have the real estate to do it, Charles.
Oh yes.
The other thing is the productivity of their forestry operations went down 30%. So if that happened in New Brunswick, and our forestry operations were getting 30% less wood from the land, that means because of the allocations of wood fiber, they would be cutting 30% more of our land. You want that? I don't think so. Forestry has a number of different components to it. Now, obviously, you didn't listen to the numbers I told you.
Of course not.
700,000 hectares of Crown land will be protected.
700,000. And how many thousand is there now?
We're sitting somewhere just under 4. or just, 3 something.
Okay, hold it. Let me, let's put an ADHD together here. How many hectares is there right now, acres, Crown land?
3 million.
Oh, 3 million.
Yeah.
And we are going to save
700,000 will be protected.
Okay.
300 and some thousand will be in a plantation.
Plantation. So there's 2 million left.
That are going to be basically just a mixed Acadian forest. There will be forestry operations there, but it won't be a plantation that gets cut and planted and sprayed. Naturally regrowing forest. 80% of what we cut, as far as wood, will not be treated with herbicide.
Do they spray in BC?
They do. They certainly do in agriculture.
Okay, but they don't in the forest?
They did. Now, the difference is they got a different issue that's much worse than us. I mean, when you're talking about that significant old growth that's being taken down. Oh, and by the way, I didn't tell you that out of these protected areas, by the time we're done, about 180,000 hectares is going to be old growth forest that are and active deer yards. Like, Charles, I'll stand up what we're doing against any other forestry management system in North America.
So since Irving don't own the paper no more, how do you think the new owners are going to take this? How they're going to cover this tomorrow?
Read the Telegraph Journal article on it. It was very good.
It was very good. I didn't read it, but
I read it earlier there today. I don't have it with me there right now.
It was good.
Basically, it said that this is a move that is the boldest move we've had for conservation in a long time.
Do you think if Irving still owned the paper, it would have been the same thing?
I don't have a crystal ball, my friend. Can't make those judgments.
Okay, Minister, you calm me down. Oh, by the way, I've been looking outside there. DOG says hello. He's outside on the porch.
You tell him I miss him a little bit more than I miss you. Great, buddy.
Thank you very much. Bonne nuit.
All the pleasure. Bonne nuit.
Bonne nuit. Bye-bye. Ah, you gotta love it. It's, he tries hard, and was it good news? Number sounds good. It's funny what he said about Quebec. Quebec is much bigger than New Brunswick. So they just stopped the spraying in the south and just keep on clear cutting in the north. But anyway, that's another issue. But no, I think it's fine. And did I miss any question? Let me know.